Oh boy, boy, boy. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful afternoon. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful afternoon. Man, it's like 60, 63, 64 degrees, 65 degrees outside, man. It's a nice day. And my black ass in the house, I'm getting ready to finish all the drywall on this first floor. So it's done. And then I can do some sanding, sometime next week and then get everything painted up. Nice and fresh and clean. But man, there's a lot of stuff going on, man. Hoping this nigga, you don't gotta worry about me. You don't gotta worry about me getting anybody ready. I can leave them as is and they still on point. They still on point. But man, it's definitely different, with the dogs being down here. I rung the doorbell just to see what my dogs would do now. Now that they've moved down here into the dining room instead of the bedroom they used to be in. And every last one of the dogs barked. Perfect. I can deal with it. I can live with it. Yesterday, a family member came through and I was like, look, the dogs normally don't be out when everybody come down or come around, but they're in the dining room now, so go in the house. Let me see how they respond. I was expecting to see something different from what I actually seen. What the dogs, they responded very well. They responded very well to the presence of somebody else there. They let it be known, hey, we here. And they looked at every last one of them looked at them. Every last one of them either barked or growled. Which is what we like here because we know people just not going to come in and just take our dogs. But then as soon as I told them to all settle down, they all settled right on down and got very comfortable. And that's one of the major things between the bond of the handler and the animal. If the animal respects you when you ask them to do something, and you don't even have to forcefully ask them to do something, you just say, hey, quiet up, shut up, and they do it. That shows you that the animal respects you. And respects you as the top person or the top member of the pack. So that's pretty cool to find out about the dogs. But like I said, it's going to definitely be an adjustment because I was like, all right, lock it up last night. And they're used to running up the steps into their room and getting into their pens. So all of them took off upstairs. And I was like, what the hell are y'all doing? Y'all down here now. I'm going to let his daddy tag his ass up. I'm going to let daddy tag his ass up. He try his daddy, but he don't try his daddy too much, man. But like I said, I'm going to let his daddy tag him up. And the reason I have to let him tag him up a little bit is because the other dogs that came before these dogs all did that. And when the dog was a little too hype and too much in their face and somebody was coming behind the gate and the main dogs went down to bark, those that nipped, they got tagged up. They had to learn you can't be nipping us when we're going to do a job. So that's why we allow it. Now, allowing him to tag him up and allowing him to beat him up is two completely different things. Beat him up means I allow him just to maul his ass up, roll him up, shake him out, all that. That's not what I'm talking about. Tag him up simply is when he nips at his daddy is going to bite his ass. And from his daddy biting his ass, he gonna learn a big ass lesson from there. Oh, Brandon. You trying, ain't you? You don't want none of that noise. You don't want none of that noise, man. But it's all in how we take care of the dogs, raise the dogs, and allow the dogs to become a pack. When we allow the dogs to do things in a pack manner, the lessons are different. They're learned differently. Now, if I had a full out, extremely aggressive animal, I wouldn't even try that. And me knowing my dogs and their personality traits, It was one main reason why Preacher ain't here. Preacher is his daddy. He looks like his mama, but mentally, he's 100% his daddy. And that would have brought a huge confrontation in his house. So we got Preacher in the cut. A family member has Preacher. Preacher's doing extremely well. A lot of people got to see the footage that I posted of Preacher yesterday. There's actually 2 videos that I posted. One was very short because somebody was like, "Oh man, your dogs are extra skinny." Chill out. Somebody said, "Yo, your dog's extra skinny. You got them thin ass dogs." I'm like, "Yeah, okay." So I shared a little clip of Preacher while they was out there playing around, and you see her scoop the ball out, and then Preacher sits, and when Preacher sits, she back up a little bit and show that little camera angle of Preacher chest and all the muscle on Preacher and shit, and boy, like, then she throw the ball and Preacher take off running. You see that boy reach drag, young, he stretch out and take off real quick. Real quick. If I was to post that 3-minute video, a lot more people would be upset for the simple fact that that big ass dog is able to sprint out like that. It still got a hell of a wind. He doesn't come back. He'll do all that. They just keep going and going and going. But then again, we got those same old cat. Same old cat. Your dogs are little. They thin. But boy, as soon as I post the videos of them, and then like the live this morning, when I got down on their level, down on ground level with them, so you can honestly see them from a front view and not me standing up over them. I watched how angry faces is coming through the screen. What you mad at? What you mad at? I say it a lot. Don't try to compete with us. Do you. Focus on you. Focus on what you got going on in order to better what you got going on. Just like we focused over here on what we got going on. But boy, I'm telling you, the future of this camp is nice. Nice, nice, nice. I don't have any breedings lined up for Tip right now. I don't have nothing lined up for him right now. I might honestly, I might use him for whatever new blood that we pull in. He has an Abe blood and he has that King Ragnar blood. So I might just focus him on the new dogs that we pull in and see what he produced with them. But I know for a fact, there's going to be very, 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 very limited selections for that Preacher to pig. Yeah, y'all heard it. Yeah, y'all heard it. Preacher to pig. Once again, Preacher to pig. Y'all heard that shit, right? What y'all gonna do when I drop that? What people gotta say when I drop that? Nah, they don't understand. They don't understand the extended family, bro. I think that's what makes us great as an extended family. We push each other. We talk our shit to each other. We show that we doing something a little different from the other, but then we push each other to reach for that same goal or surpass where we're at. Including me. See, that's the problem with a lot of people. They start talking about the dogs and they start talking about what they done, but they never admit, including themselves, including me, I still have to push myself to new heights with each generation. I got people who purchase dogs behind me who are running my blood with some new blood that I got to stay in front of. If I start to relax and just chill and go to sleep all the time and not care, just talk about what we done in the past, people gonna come out and outshine me with my own productions. And me being me, man, I'm too big-headed for people to outshine me with my own productions. That's why I keep going. That's why we push each other to do the things that we do. My question, because I don't know Preacher or Pig, which dog complements what aspect? Pig seems pretty calm, all in. Pig is pretty girl. Pig brings a little bit shorter of a dog. Both dogs have about the same spread on them. Preacher is about 19 inches to the withers, or about 19 and a half to the withers, and Pig is at 18 inches to the wither. With the aspect that they're going to bring in that 2 times King Ragnar, but they're also going to bring me that 2 times Abe. Both of those dogs favor Abe. Abe is our foundation bitch. We started all of our shit off of Abe and King Kane. And Abe Mama. But mainly Abe. Abe brought the most to the table for our camp. And we're taking the 2 dogs that look the closest to her, to each other. Now, the reason that I wanted to take Preacher to Pig, Pig looks like her sire, all up and down in the face. She holds great mass to her. Great mass to her. But when I compare her body and how she's growing and what she looks like at this present moment to her mama, she's better than her mama, which is what we wanted. But it always makes me go back, and look at her grandma. Oh, Pig has her grandma's body all day. It's just supersized. And I've always said, if Abe was a little bit taller and could carry the same weight, which means it'd be bigger, she'd be nice. And boy, when I look at Pig right now, I'm just like, yeah, that's Abe right there with Ragnar's head in a bitch form. But then we look at Preacher. Preacher has his mama's head. Preacher has his mama's body. He's just big. He's just big like his daddy. So if we take Preacher and Pig, which will make a line breeding together, the probability of us having a consistent litter with the same size across the board is greater. That's one of the main reasons that we're taking Ragnar right back to his daughter Amina. He gonna be bred to his daughter right there. She looked like her mama, but she favored more of her daddy. Her daddy has a hell of an attitude on his ass. So does she, but she's calmer. So I want to see, does the blood that come behind her, which is in her, but not in him, even though his blood is in her, would that blood take over and calm him back down? But still give me those solid dogs, which is, once again, that's a form of inbreeding, but it's also a form of line breeding. Boy, we got some stuff going on here. Now, when it comes down to temperament for Preacher and Pig, Pig is calm, collected, cool. Preacher, calm, collected, cool. Pig, when she see other dogs that aren't on the property, she balks up. She let her presence be known, but she's not overly trying to get to them. Where Preacher, on the other hand, Preacher, he chill. He chill. Don't get me wrong. But you get within Preacher comfort zone, Preacher gonna act the fool. Preacher gonna act the fool. And that's what I like out of my males. I want my males, their comfort zone is 10 feet. You bring your animal within 10 feet, they gonna growl and they gonna bark and they gonna let their presence be felt. With Pig, I'm like Pig a little bit too calm. I think Brandon remembered us having that conversation. It lasted like 2 hours. I was talking about how disappointed I am in the bitch because she was so damn calm. She's so tolerant of so much. But now that we're having another child come into the home, I want that. I want that calmness in her. I want that calmness of her. I want that chill and the family bond and value that preacher has. I know it's in him, and I see it. I see how they manifested that. I see when I go over to the family's house and I go deal with him and watch them deal with him, how that bond of family is just strong. Same thing with Pig. So when we take those two dogs together, man, y'all talking about the ultimate family companion. That litter is going to be the truth. And that's why majority of that litter ain't going nowhere. That litter will not happen until I'm out of this damn townhouse and into my new property. So I have the space to keep exactly what I want. For all of those that's like, yo, who the hell is Preacher? Like, he keep talking about Preacher, Ronnie, Preacher, Ronnie. Who the hell is this dog? Go to the kennel page, NoVACAIN Kennels kennel page. I posted some videos and a couple photos of him yesterday. I just want to keep his daddy out of it. His daddy said, get off my bitch, boy. Enough. Go to the kennel page, y'all can see Preacher. Preacher, man. Beautiful, beautiful animal. Great mind. And that's the crazy part about it. When I compare the two minds of the brothers, Preacher and Apache Tip, they're litter mate brothers. Preacher was born right before Apache, right before Tip. The puppy. Preacher was number 3, Tip was number 4. When I compare the two minds, I like the mindset of Preacher compared to Tip. Preacher is easier for me to call what he's about to do. Look at him next to their daddy. Beautiful. It's easier for me to call what he's about to do. His mannerisms is easier for me to tell. Tip, on the other hand, it's a little more difficult. It's a little more difficult. Is it doable? Can I call it? Yeah. Just not as often as Preacher. I can tell Preacher is thinking about doing something before Preacher actually do it. Tip, on the other hand, he's a little more unpredictable. And I don't mean unpredictable to the point if I'm walking this dog where he just snatched somebody walking past us. I'm not talking about that type of unpredictable. I'm talking about the unpredictability of, is this dog about to do something that he know he's not supposed to do? Nah, he won't do it. You turn your back for 2 seconds and damn, there he go. He done did it. Yes, Tip act like his mama. That's annoying. Stop digging in that dirt. But man, I tell you this, man, I wouldn't change it for the world right now. What we got going on, I always get frustrated with myself. I'm always trying to outdo myself, and sometimes I need to just learn how to relax and take in where we're at right now. That is my biggest problem. I'm unable to always sit back and relax to take in and understand where we're at right now. I'm always looking to the future. My brain's always racing of how can it be better. But as I'm learning to relax and really evaluate and watch what we got going on right now, I'm learning so much about my program. Like I said, it's totally different now because I don't have those older dogs anymore. Them older dogs, I knew those older dogs like I knew where each gray hair on my head is. These new dogs, man, I'm still learning Ragnar. Ragnar's only 3. He's still got a lot of stuff to do. He's still got a lot of stuff for me to teach. Oh, man, I'm trying to get the camera set for y'all. I just love looking at them, man. But I guarantee this, man. I guarantee this. Those next planned breedings that we have, and as I continue to dream on those next few breedings that we have, it's a breeding that's not even happening in Virginia, which is another lion breeding. That breeding's taking place between the Carolinas. As these breedings get closer to actually happening, I'm getting a little antsy and I'm getting a little giddy all at the same time. At the same time. Are there any drawbacks between Preacher and Pig? Preacher is where I would like him to be. I'm not sure. I know they love him. I know they adore that dog to the T. But I'm not sure if that's exactly where they want him to be. Preacher is that type of dog that you just can't take him anywhere and put him into anything. He's not that type of dog you could just put into any situation. Pig, on the other hand, I can place her into a little more situations and be comfortable that she's going to stay controllable. Preacher, his only drawback is once his hot ass head turns hot, you really got to get control of his ass to bring him back down to ground level. Is it difficult to do? Absolutely not. It is not difficult to do. But it's just that, can we catch it in time? I guess a drawback for Pig would be, I don't like how she allows other dogs to invade her space. Pig would literally let a dog get up on her like Tip just did. No growl, no bark. She'll stand there, she'll flex. But I don't like that. I don't like dogs being able to get that close. I don't know if the dog is a threat, how she will react, because I haven't had that situation done with her yet. So that's her only drawback. It's a couple situations I need to actually put her into to see how she reacts, for me to know if she's on point. But it's too many pros compared to cons that make me say that Preacher to Pig is going down. That shit gonna happen. That shit gonna happen. Oh yeah, it's in her. It's in her. She just so damn collected though. She just so damn chill. But like I said, things have definitely changed since the other three dogs have been gone. Things have definitely changed. The change in mind for a lot of them has already started to show itself. That's why I said, even including myself, we as the breeders and creators of these dogs, we are not exempt from bettering what we do and reaching for more. We're not exempt from that. I see it's work that I still got to do with Pig to pull the best out of that dog. And I don't know about that. I don't know. She's a perfect support animal, because Pig do got her little quirks. Tiny dogs and rabbits and squirrels and birds, foxes, raccoons, possums, skunks. Pig see any of them, it's a completely different dog. It's a completely different dog. I love that. But once again, man, if y'all haven't checked out that footage, it's on the kennel page, man. Go look at my man Preacher. Preacher, man, he a nice dog now. Nice dog. A nice dog. And I can't wait to see what the future holds for us, man. Like I said, we still dealing with some young dogs. Pig is only about 20, she's about 26 months now. Preacher is about 17 months now. 16, 17 months. 17, yeah, about 17 months now. So we still got some young dogs. Both dogs are still under the age of 3. Both dogs still got a lot of growing to do. Both dogs still got a lot of mental work to go. And I'm happy. How about you? My family members on here. Michelle, you happy with Ronan right now? How you feel about that boy? Preacher man. Dro hit the TV when he watching elephants on the Serengeti. Any animal on the TV, Dro cuckoo. Nah, his grandma did the same shit. There was certain TV shows we couldn't even watch with everybody being out. Knocked my damn TV over and shit. But all of the dogs, man, I am truly blessed to be able to have the dogs that we got and create the animals that we created. I'm truly blessed. You know, from the biggest dog to the smallest dog. You know, they all solid. Look at that boy. He's one of the smallest dogs. He's solid. That's a solid animal. Oh, we gonna tighten them up. We definitely gonna tighten them up. But I'm be honest with you, Michelle. I'm gonna be honest with you. If we can get that dog aggression down, outsider aggression, dog aggression down, and that boy step into the show ring, you shitting on a lot of people. You shitting on a lot of people for the simple fact within 1 minute, 60 seconds, you were able to stack that dog up. With a hard stack, you placed his paws where they needed to be. You told him to hold it, and he freezed that. He stood there like he was supposed to and stayed on point with it. When he turned his head a little bit, I saw that you directed him to look back, and he did it. That's the problem of having a working dog that is also show quality. You show them, you show the confirmation, it's great, it's beautiful. But we have a little difficulty because they're just a little hotter than the norm or what they want to see. Which is cool. You could be at the back of the line or you could be at the front of the line. It's just the other people that come either before you or behind you. They have to be aware that they can't just talk to the people on the outside of the ring. They can't talk to the people on the outside of the ring. They got to stay focused on their animals too. But that's the problem. That's the problem. If he was in the show ring with a bunch of females, he'd be cool. He like cootie cat. But it's the other males. It's the show ring. They're in the ring with other males, and that's the problem. That's the problem. But man, I love, man. I love what we got going on, man. I really do appreciate every person that has a NoVACAIN Kennels production, that is doing what they're supposed to with their NoVACAIN Kennels production, that's reaching for better out of their animals. And by reaching for better out of their animals, y'all reaching for better out of yourselves, because these animals are part of us. We teach them. We spend the time with them. We bond with them. We teach them the love that we have. We show that to them, and they show us the love back. So I am proud of what we have done so far and what everybody has done. I'm proud of that. You know, we had a couple little mishaps here and there, and you know, had to correct them. as any breeder of any type of animal should do. If people are fucking up with your dogs, you need to correct it. Correct them. I can't use the word, so they're going to shut us down. The word that starts with an A. Make sure that they're held with the word that starts with an R. By doing so, we'll notice a few things. A few things should happen if people really do care about their productions. Less litters will be born, or should be born, because then you'll be allowing stuff to grow, so you can see exactly where you need to go instead of kind of guessing. You know what I see a lot of people in the American bully community, because I have to talk about that. That's the dogs I deal with. What I see a lot of people in American bully do is breed, and they breed their dogs starting at 2. But by 2 years old, you still don't know where your dog's at. You still don't know exactly what your dog could possibly bring to the table before you allow, or didn't even allow, made them become parents. Because once they bear a litter, once some of these dogs bear a litter, their mind changes again. And you could be missing very vital steps on getting the best out of your dog by rushing to have that animal produce a litter. You could possibly, I don't know, because you guys like rushing it. I like waiting. I like to see where we're going. Should have used the lead. Nah, what you did, you showed people that if you spend the time that you say you spend with your dog, everybody should be able to take videos like that. No lead on their dog. Don't have to readjust their head and their body a lot. Stack the dog up. Tell the dog to stay. That's focus work. But if I honestly do believe this, and now I'm going to close down because I need to get to this drywall. Honestly believe this. If we can somehow get people to fall back a little bit and not create so many litters before their animals actually become mature dogs, we will actually be able to see better dogs. There would be less of our breed ending up in shelters. Our breed is in shelters at an extremely high rate right now. Situations in our breed is just like, there's breeds that have been around 4 times as long as we have, and they never had these issues. If we could just get people to dial back a little bit, allow what you have to grow, mature, show you the best that they have to offer, and allow yourself to push them to pull out the best that they can actually offer, we will have better dogs. We have less dogs with health issues. The immunity and the strength of your dog's immune system can be weakened or strengthened by allowing a dog to mature before you ask that young animal to reproduce. I right now, morally and ethically, I just cannot breed that dog who is 2 years old right there. She's a little over 2 years old, but I can't see me breeding her right now. She's still too puppy. Now, I'm just going to end right there. That'll be the last words on that. I'm just going to end right there because that's going to go somewhere else. My brain already trying to go elsewhere with that. And less dogs with temperament issues. Yep, that goes with allowing your dog to fully mature. Remember, when we first started talking about Tip and Pig, and it was Tip and Pig, Tip and Pig, Tip and Pig, Tip going to Pig, Pig going to Tip, Tip going to Pig, Pig, Tip, Tip. But as he started to mature and I'm learning his temperament and how his brain works, and I'm comparing it to how hers work, that would be an unwise decision to make right now. Down the road, could that possibly change? Absolutely. Tip can probably just cut on and he's just doing everything perfectly. And I can say, yeah, let's go ahead and try to run this Tip to Pig, see what happens. Do I have some concerns already with a breeding of that caliber? Yeah, I do. Pig ain't no pushover. You ain't gonna just run that damn dog over. And Tick, he ain't gonna back down. He's not a pushover either. And one of my main concerns is, if you put that shit together, that shit might be a firecracker that not many people can handle. I think that'll pull a little too much at the A-Bay side. And if it pull a little bit too much at the A-Bay side, it's going to pull from her damn, that Cinderella Jazz. Cinderella Jazz, that bitch was cuckoo. See, even my wife say, I feel that they would be terrible parents. Even my wife, sure enough, don't look at these dogs as deep as I do. But even she says she would feel like they'd be terrible parents. So that tells volumes right there. That says volumes right there. I mean, just looking at them together, that'd be a hell of a breeding. That'd be a very nice breeding. But boy, we got some concerns in there. Got some major concerns there. Anyway, man, much love, much respect to everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in. You know, as always, we talk about our dogs. We like to reference things that we lived by our experiences. We don't talk about nothing that we don't know about. For damn sure. That's how people get in trouble. That's how people get in trouble. You say some shit, you don't know what you're talking about. Leave it alone. Much love, much respect, man. You're looking at the red man himself, Apache, Tip, and my girl Pig. Pig the preacher, Pig the preacher, Pig the preacher. Y'all not ready for that.